Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Olympia's Soiree, continuing Tokusata's route about halfway through, I guess. And we were sort of at the halfway point last time. I don't really know. Anyway, still in, I think, 2 crosses is the chapter that we're in, which makes sense because he gave us the little cross pendant thing that he made that looks like his in the last part. So, anyway, are you heading down to Yomi today, Tokusata? After lunch, we boarded a fiacre and we're heading toward the wharf. Nah, I'm gonna meet with Kanan and them today. Oh, I guess it's a sort of assembly? Oh, this is bad. Is it related to talks about changing the island? Right, because after what Grandpa told us? Yeah, no, it's not like we have anything major to talk about. We just report on any new information. I don't like the sound of this. Oh, Tokusata, why don't you excuse yourself for today? Huh? Why? And this is the problem, because he really wants to change the island. And maybe before he was like, whatever. But now he's being pressured, like, you need to show the power of being an outsider. The fuck are you doing, loser? He's getting that kind of pressure everywhere. Then it's like he wants to be something more important because of us. Because she wants to change the island, so then he's feeling that additional pressure, like, yeah, if you want to change, yeah, so do I. And also I need to be a better man to be able to be worthy of you. So it's like coming from all fucking sides, and then Kanan and Nagusa can't be trusted. Like, we already know they're kind of shady, so, like, I'm kind of concerned about that. And, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're part of the same cohort. We talk about changing the island, and it's like, he's gonna be so easy to manipulate. They're gonna be like, oh, we should do this. You should do that, Tokusata, especially if Kanan has read Tokusata's past, has read that story, you know what I mean? Then he knows, and he could easily use that to manipulate Tokusata and be like, oh, I think an uprising would be great. Use Tokusata to go do it because, like, well, he already died, whatever, he'll fall for this bullshit. And then, like, basically use Tokusata as cannon fodder, you know what I mean? And be like, he did it, I had nothing to do. Because look, I do think he cares about his brother, okay? I do think that he's got, like, decency in him somewhere, but I feel like a lot of the surface level is douchebaggery, and even a lot of the deeper level is douchebaggery, okay? He has moments where you're like, I don't hate you, and I don't hate him as a character. I think he's a great bad character, you know what I mean? Like, you're a bad guy, you're definitely an antagonist here somewhere, but you do it so well, and then you have moments where you're like, he doesn't seem so bad. Ooh! Oh, you're gonna bamboozle me. You know what I mean? Oh, he's shady as fuck. But sometimes you're like, I don't mind it. Sometimes I have a little bit more faith in you than I probably should. Like, but again, just because you're a bad person, like Kanan, I don't think you're a good person, doesn't mean that you don't have a heart and care about, like, your family. I might care about my family and be a horrible human being. You know what I mean? Like, you're not all evil or all good. There's a mix. So he just happens to be more douchebag than not, but, you know, whatevs. Anyway. Huh? Why? I was thinking we could spend more time together. Also, I don't like Kanan. Should say that, of course. Sis? Are you surprised? But I mean it. It's my turn to surprise you now, since you never shared that you were friends with Kanan. I'm sorry. I wasn't hiding it from you. It's just that I've kept my distance from him lately. Lately? Kanan's the leader of the Orange, and Nagusa's next in line to lead the Jade, but I wasn't even born on this island. I don't think that makes any difference. What did you mean when you said lately? It all sounds so fishy. How can I keep him away from them? Straight up tell the truth that you don't think they have his best interests at heart. Maybe I can pretend that I'm not feeling well like last time. Tokusata, are you sure you can't spend a bit more time with me? I wasn't trying to manipulate him. I really did want to spend more time with him. I feel like you should just be honest and be like, look, I know this isn't the right thing because he's your friend, but I just feel like there's something wrong about him, and I just want you to be careful. Like, I don't think that you should just rush in, because, like, I just, you know, just straight up say it. Like, don't be like, you can't trust him and you're going to do something stupid. Even though you know that's exactly what's going to happen. But you need to be more like, it's just, I don't know, something about him rubs me the wrong way, and I just worry that, he's really good at convincing people that what he's doing is right. You know what I mean? And just make it, even throw yourself in there, like, hey, yeah, he wrote that story and I was really upset, and then he just made it sound like it was a good thing, and like, he's really good at conning people, and I just be careful around him. Like, just don't trust him, And that's exactly what I'm working hard for. Don't make me so happy. You're not making it easy for me to leave. Did you think I was gonna go see another girl? Not at all. I don't doubt you at all. It's just... Sis, you don't like Kanan, do you? No. His question completely caught me off guard. You don't like him, do you? No. Not really. To be honest, I'm uneasy around him. But I'm gonna be the next leader of the Green. I have to form alliances with the other secondary class leaders. I get that, but I also just don't think... I don't want to say you're not smart enough. I just think you might be too trusting. And also, you're, in a way, desperate to prove yourself to the island, to the Green, to Olympia. You know what I mean? He's so desperate to prove himself, even to himself. It's not like, I want to, better myself, or I want to better the island, so let's talk about it. It's, I need to better the island. Everyone's put this pressure on me. Like, he is a desperation, and that makes you easy to manipulate. Especially for someone like Kanan, who's been pretending to be your buddy the whole time. Who's just good at manipulating everybody. And like, right now, Tokasada, you are at the bottom of the barrel at easy to manipulate. You are the easiest motherfucker to manipulate right now. And I don't want to be like, he's naive and stupid. It's just, you're being naive. And you're gonna be stupid when it comes to Kanan because of that desperation. Not because he's just in general, like, stupid. It's just you're desperate to prove yourself, and that's going to end up bad. Which is probably going to happen. There's nothing we're going to say. You're like, don't do it. It's like, he's going to go do something dumb, and we'll be like, and we'll have to fix it. So. You don't need to worry about me. It won't be just us three there, and I'm not being bullied or anything. Yeah, no, you're being manipulated. Oh, whoops, I always hit the wrong button. He can't be trusted. Yeah, okay. He can't be trusted. You mean Kanan? Or maybe me? Really, I'll be fine. Everyone's busy, so it'll only be a 2-hour assembly, and that's it. Really? Is that it? In 2 hours, a lot can happen. Really, that's it. I can't hold him back any longer. I'm sorry, Tokasada. Maybe I'm worrying too much. What are you going to do today? I was planning on having a chat with Matsuba and the others if I could find them. If not, then I'll just head back to the manor and spend some time reading books and playing with Daifuku. I see. Then, how about we kiss like we did yesterday? Oh, hi. If the fiacres don't come out rockin', don't come out. I wasn't sure how he arrived at that thought. She's like, I'm just gonna do this. Maybe we should kiss. He's been thinking about it and just waiting the whole time. Like, he's like, oh, as soon as he saw us in the Green, he was like, we should kiss. Wait, that's not a good time to say it. Oh, hey, sis, what are you doing? We should go to lunch. And then he's like, we should kiss. No, stop it. Stop it, Tokasada. Wait for the right time. And this was just the only opportunity. He's like, we should kiss. Huh? I mean, I'm just, if you want to. He's been waiting for this. I really didn't understand what went on inside a boy's mind. Okay, kissing, but like, remember when he was gonna basically bone you? That's it. There you go. Swords, boning, swords and boobs, basically. Some kind of dueling. I just really feel like that's kind of basic. Like, maybe you're, like, into gunfights. I don't know. That's weird. But, like, I just feel like if you were, like, swords and boob... Yeah, that works. It does, like, 90% of it. Maybe dogs. You throw a dog in there, too. Oh, I want to go play with a dog, and then I'm going to have a sword fight with my friend, and then I'm going to go look at boobs. I feel like that's the trifecta of man happiness. The trifecta of my happiness is just my man harem and pizza. Man harem, pizza, and birds. I got a lot more clothes. Yeah, you know what? It's hard. It's hard to just nail down what makes me happy. There's a lot. There's a lot of shit. My man harem is definitely one of them. Anyway. I wanted to question it, but his eyes were full of expectation. I won't be able to see you again today, and like I said earlier, we could kiss if we were alone together. In here? The driver can't see us through the covering. I examined the curtain behind me. We did seem completely hidden in here. I mean, he's not... Of course, a kiss is going to turn into something else, but... Long ago, a shapeless god separated spirit crystal into two and created man and woman. And since then, humans have been born without half of their soul and are fated to search for the one who could complete them. Which is why when two such halves meet, love prevents them from parting ways. Why is he teaching us this again? We've heard this 76 times. Okay, like 70 times, but... Sis, is it so easy for you to part ways from me? For me, it isn't easy at all. Since yesterday, I've been feeling strange. Oh! Our little boy's growing up, he hit puberty. This strange feeling in my pants. Oh dear. How can I put it? I can't hold back my urges anymore. Yeah, I feel... worries me that you're not 100% sure what this means. You're like, I don't understand what this means. I feel like an adult should be aware of this. You're not quite there yet. Okay. Look, it's not helpful coming from the lolly boy. Because it just makes me be like, that makes you seem even younger to me. If you were like a 30-year-old priest or something, whatever, and you were like, I've never seen, I've only grown up, and then I'd be like, I kind of understand you're in a weird situation here, but you're like a lolly boy, and you're like, I don't understand what's happening to me. Oh, sweetie. Oh, dear. Oh, God. That's going to take some points away from him. Like, you know, you're too young for me if you don't understand this. Oh, God. Tokusada gently touched my hair with his fingers. He wrote that beautiful letter and wove that beautiful cross with these fingers. Sis, you don't long for me at all when we're apart. Not even a little. And now he's guilt-tripping you. Although, I will give you points for being able to guilt-trip a girl like this. Like, what? Like, you don't miss me when we're gone? Oh. That's some, like, top-tier manipulation right there. Top-tier manipulation, Tokusada. I don't believe for a second that you're that naive and innocent that you're like, whoa! No. You're not that much of a sad sack, sweetie. You're manipulating. I see what... If you don't understand what your urges are, you're too young for me. And yet somehow, I feel like when you say this, you're manipulating us to get your way. Which is very shady and very a grown man. Still douchey, but like Tokusada, you have two sides. Way too fucking innocent, and how the fuck are you trying to manipulate me like this, bitch? I'm sure he's supposed to be so sweet, and he's like, what, you don't miss me when we're not there? Like, he's supposed to be innocent, but it just, I don't know, I can't read it that way. There's something about it that just seems very manipulative. Because he's gonna get kissed out of it. So it really feels to me like he is conning us into kissing him. And I just don't, like, he's a good boy, but I just don't like it, you know? It feels a little to me, but anyway. Are you just gonna get off the carriage and say goodbye to me? See, it's so manipulative. It's not even, like, cute, like, flirty minute, like, oh my god, you're just gonna leave me? I might die without your kiss, where you're like, you are manipulating me, but props, because, like, it's obvious. This is just... It gives me icky feelings. Like, I'm not comfortable with it. Like, I think it's just because he has such a sweet little face, and he's such a baby, he doesn't understand his urges. He's like, I don't know what's happening to me. I want to keep touching you. And then he's like, what, you're not going to kiss me? What, you're just going to leave? You don't think about me? And it's so manipulative. Like, I'm sure it's not supposed to come across that way, but it's how it feels to me when I read it, and it makes me uncomfortable. Not because you're trying to manipulate me, but I just expect it from different characters. I don't expect it from Tokusada. Like, and I don't know, like, there's just something about it that doesn't mesh. That is like, you're supposed to be a little insecure and sweet and naive and like whatever. And I don't mind you getting a little like a pinch up against the wall. Like, okay, hi, okay, fine. But now you're manipulating me into kissing you. And it's not in a cute kind of way. It's in a very like serious, like, what? You don't miss me? You don't, oh my God. Again, I'm sure they're trying to write it in like, oh no, he's like so sweet and innocent that he really doesn't think she misses him and it's insecurity, but it just doesn't come across that way. And I don't know. Maybe I'm too jaded and I've played too many things. I don't know. I don't know, Tokusada. You're not making me feel comfortable here. You got some points, but this has taken some away. I don't know. I can't help the way it vibes with me, you know? Anyway. He's not giving me much of a choice. Exactly! Which is the problem here. Sometimes when it happens, you're like, all right, it doesn't bother me, but this time it does. I didn't say my logic made sense. I'd feel so lonely. Tokusada's face came closer to mine. So, can we? I gave a very tiny nod. He gets okay. How come he gets like multiple kissy CGs? Although Riku, we got a couple of in-bed CGs, so I'm just saying. I'm not moaning. It is a pretty CG, though. I will give them credit. I don't like Tokusada just in general. He's an okay character, and he's an okay person, but you know I don't like the lolly boys. I will never feel for them. But they do him justice in the CGs, because he doesn't look like a 12-year-old in the CGs. He doesn't look like sweet little baby face. He looks like a normal, any old love interest, and I appreciate that, because at least I can enjoy the CGs and not be like, this is awkward and weird. It's like, it's a beautiful CG. And he looks just like any other character. You can't tell that he's the lolly boy, and I appreciate that. Because I enjoy the CGs more for him than I do with other lolly boys, because they're not super cutesy. You know what I mean? Like, you're hiding his lolliness, and if I just saw the CG, you're like, oh, this is really pretty. Okay. And then you'd see him, and you're like, oh, wait, he's the lolly boy? I wouldn't know, you know? So I appreciate the CGs for him, so. It is a nice one. I could feel my strength leave me the moment our lips touched. I was embarrassed, but terribly happy. Your lips are so soft. I don't know any other girl, but I bet you taste better than any of them. And then he says shit like this, and you're like, you know, like, this is also why. You're kind of suave with the lines, and some of the things you say, you're like, uh-huh. Really? This comes from the guy who's like, I'm so insecure, you're not gonna... Nah. That's why I feel like you're manipulating me. This is weird. Tokusada gently pressed his lips to mine over and over again. You can't imagine how happy I am right now. I could die with no regrets. You might in a bad ending, you don't know. Don't you dare die now. I want to be your other half. Don't ever let another man do this with you but me. I already let Riku, and God, I can't wait to let Akaza do this with me. And Yosuga next. Listen, Tokusada, listen. This is your one shot. You don't get to come to the man harem. You're like adorable lolly boy. You have to stay outside. Don't worry, I won't. Within a moment's breath, Tokusada had taken me into his arms, devouring me with a violent passion. I'm not, oh God, he's like, ahhing. Oh. He seemed even more desperate for all of me than he was yesterday, and his sudden roughness made my body grow unbearably hot. I have to give props to voice actors, like, when they have to, like, moan and make kissy noises, because it's so fucking awkward. I'm sitting at home alone, but I just know that recording this, you're gonna hear it, and it's like, I can't even read it. Nope. Awkward. Can't. So props to the voice actors who can just, like, moan and make slappy kissy noises while in a recording booth and people are like, uh-huh, that sounds good. Could you just do that one again? How do you do it? Because I have to feel that, like, okay, normal, like, moaning noises, kissy noises when you're in the heat of the moment. It's not like, oh my God, this is weird. And it's not like if I was reading or playing the game with the voice acting on to be like, oh my God, so awkward. It's me having to do it that makes it awkward. In the, I'm quote unquote terribly voice acting, but so them doing it, you're like, I am just acting, but now I like, it's an awkward situation. I don't know. Like, anyway. It's kind of like you can read out loud. You could sit in your room and read out loud, but the second you were like, now you're in an auditorium, get up on stage and read out loud. It's awkward as fuck. Right? Be like that. I don't know. He seemed even more desperate for all of me than he was yesterday, and his sudden roughness made my body grow unbearably hot. I didn't mind it at all. I didn't want to part from him. I didn't want us to separate. Do I taste good enough for you? I somehow nodded, still wanting to keep our lips together. It's an interesting question. I'm glad you think so. I love the way you taste. I just imagine that those are words in between kisses, but like, we are not doing weird kissy noises. His voice made me want to cry. My fingertips were numb. I felt as though I were his completely. Not yet, but soon. Oh, there goes her hair. Don't you ever be with another man. I'll do my best for you, so please. Kisada, I'll do anything and everything for you, so please wait a while longer. I love you so much. I want to be with you forever and ever. You're my soulmate. I'm the only one who can do this to you. Yes, you're my... Huh? Sis, your hair! You're like, this is why I didn't want to do this in the fucking carriage. Everyone's gonna know what the fuck was happening in here. He's like... I instinctively held down my hair. She looks cute with green hair. Given its length, there was no way I could hide it. The color, it's... Tokisada, I'm sorry if this is surprising, but I need you to calm down. I'm not sick or anything. Are you sure? But it was white, and now it's sort of green. I took a deep breath before bringing out a comb to straighten my hair. Yes, it is. It's green because it's taken on your color. Tokisada's eyes widened. And she should be like, this should be proof to you that you were definitely a green, because, hi. Also, they jammed a crystal in your body, so same. But that's just the way I am. Like the fact that we're a fucking mood ring, it's kind of funny. The way you are, that doesn't explain anything. I am a sex mood ring. When I'm getting all sexified, I turn green. Jesus, not that hard. But my mother said it's fine. It's not fine. Your hair was beautiful as it was, and now... it's turning white again. Huh? I slowly lifted my hair up to see. Sure enough, it was back to its usual color. I imagine if you were, like, making out with somebody, like, your hair just changed color, what the fuck? And they were like, I'm a magic mood, like a sex mood ring, you'd be like... What? But also cool. Like... Maybe it's just because I grew up in the era with hypercolor shit where it's like, look, I put my hand on your boobie and now your boob's got a hamburger. So, like, if people had hypercolor hair, it'd be like, okay, whatevs. Like, okay, cool. How do I do that? Can I do that to my hair? That's awesome. I'm just saying. The same thing happened last time, too. Really, it's all right. Still, I'm sorry for scaring you like this. No, you don't need to apologize, but I wish I knew the reason behind it. It goes back to normal after a short while. So, why does that happen? Is it because of some divine power? I might as well tell him about it. Long ago, my mother told me that the girls on Tenyo Island have a secret. When we find our soulmate and we both fall in love, we would take on our love's color and strength. Huh? I'm basically going to absorb your soul and murder you slowly as I take your power and your life force away. I'm like a fucking vampire. I'm a color vampire, but also a sex mood ring. Sex mood ring color vampire. I'm a sex mood ring vampire thing, whatever. He's like, huh? Yeah. Too late for you, bitch! That's why we have a man harem, so nobody dies. I rotate, and I just take the energy vampire from all of the people in this house. Like, see? Like, I'm saving your life by having, like, a bazillion fucking man boyfriends. I was gonna say man harem. Man harems? Like, I was like, by having all these boyfriends and husbands in the man harem. Like, Like, I'm thinking of you, okay? I don't need to justify my mental man harem. Anyway. Huh? The green color is your color. Huh? So, well, it just means that, you're really my soulmate. Soulmate? He's like, I was just saying that shit to get in your pants. What? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Your soulmate? Like in the lore? You and me? At least, I believe that's true. And now he's all shy and embarrassed like, oh, I don't want this. Instead of being like, oh, that's awesome. That's what I want. You just said that's what you wanted. Why are you acting all fucking ashamed now? Because you were lying to me? Sus as fuck. Sure he wasn't, but... Tokasada staggered a bit. This means that you're already accepted on this island, Tokasada. An indescribable sound came from Tokasada's throat. Tokasada? He seemed to be in such terrible pain. Fear gripped my heart. I never expected to hear such a voice from him. Did he just... Oh, I thought he bolted. Thank you for waiting. We've arrived at the wharf. Well done. Here's the fare. Please keep the change. Tokasada handed a few bills to the driver and jumped out of the carriage. Did he just fucking bolt from us? No, if you'll excuse me, Lady Olympia. Tokasada, wait, don't go. Your change. This is too much. Please keep it. Now please excuse me. I hurriedly leapt out of the carriage after Tokasada. I saw a lavish fiacre painted in pastel green. Inside were Nagusa and Kanan. Tokasada, wait! For a moment, I was sure he turned to look at me. But in an instant, he jumped into the waiting carriage as if to escape me. This is a weird... Look, I understand the, like, you have magic hair color power? I understand that, but this is a little sus. I'm sure it's just, like, whatever, but it's, like... This is also what kind of makes me, like, not... I want to say... Part of me likes the way they did Tokasada because he's not your typical, like, happy-go-lucky lolly boy, and okay, everybody, let's go get some candy! And, like, you're like, I'm gonna punch you in the face because you were literally 12 in every way you act, look, everything. Like, you're cute and you're fun, but, like, no! You know what I mean? They're always, like, even when they're serious, okay, even Heisuke and frickin' Hakuoki, right? Yeah, you're a serious fucking warrior, right? But, like, you're still cutesy goofy. And it's like, so they always have just kind of almost a little more happy-go-lucky, like, sweet, innocent persona, even when they're like, you know, I can kick fucking ass. Yeah, but you're still goofy cutesy, you know? Like, so, like, with Tokasada, there's insecurity and shit in him, but that stems from being, you know, an outsider on the island. He's also like, I don't understand what's happening here. You have sexual urges, sweet, and I can't control them. Typical of being a lolly boy and being like 12. Okay, he's 17, but it's like, okay. But then all of a sudden, and you're switching and you're doing this like that. Well, before we get to the switching, it's like I'm insecure about myself. I don't know what's really going on. I haven't quite found my place in this whole world. Very much, I feel like the way you feel when you're very young, even in the world that you were born into, you're like, I don't know what's happening, nothing, no, it never gets better, okay? No matter how old you get, you're like, I just pretend I know what's going on, but I really have no idea what's happening. Nobody ever does, we just lie about it better the older we get, okay? We're just like, yeah, sure, shit's happening. And then we cry quietly at night in a corner because we've learned to just pretend that we comprehend what's happening and we can deal with shit. Nobody can. Nobody can deal with anything, okay? This world's a clusterfuck. Anyway, so I kind of understand him, like, trying to find my place and figure out who I am and all that shit, and then you're in this... Now you're also trying to deal with thinking about the way you died. And, like, am I dead? And then, like, thinking that you failed because you had this grand scheme idea, like, I'm gonna start this revolution, and then I ended up dead. So, I mean, that's gotta make you question some shit, you know what I mean? You're not like, I died in the process, but everybody got their revolute and it was great. No, you're like, I'm pretty sure I achieved, you think you achieved nothing because he doesn't know. But like, you're like, I achieved nothing. Like, and then I died for achieving nothing. And now I'm here and I'm an outsider. I'm trying to find my place in the world to begin with. And now I'm in this weird fucking place and like everything. And like, so I kind of get that whole thing. And I can kind of almost understand him like, okay, you're in the heat of the moment where you're kissing and then he's got all these suave lines. You're like, I mean, okay. Because like, let's be real. You could sit here and think, oh, I'm going to come up with some sexy lines. But sometimes the shit you say in the heat of the moment, you're like, I don't know where that came from. Shit just comes out. So I totally understand that slight personality swap where like, well, I mean, I just don't know. And I want to prove myself. And then it's like, I want you to be the only one who tastes me. Like, what? Okay. Like, I get it. So I'm there for that. But it's the weird manipulation shit that he did in the carriage with the whole like, what? Or I'm not your soulmate, but I want to be your soulmate and all this shit. And like, you don't want to kiss me? Don't you miss me when I'm not around? And I'm sure it was meant to come across as he's just insecure and like, wait, but I really care about you and you don't miss me? It's supposed to be insecurity, but that's not how it reads to me. That's not how it came out. It's like he went to this manipulation, like, don't you miss me? Don't you want to be with me? I want to be your soulmate. Inching closer, like, purposely to get his way. He manipulated us into kissing him. It's not like, hey, we should kiss again. Huh? What? You don't wanna? Didn't you enjoy it last time? Yeah, okay, so like, why not? Well, all right. But it was the manipulation to get the kiss out of us that I don't, and we would have done it anyway because she's in love with him. It's not like she's like, I don't know about him, and then she did it anyway. So I feel like it should be seen as okay because it's like, she was gonna kiss him fucking anyway. He's like, hey, we should kiss. And she was like, yeah, we should. And then she's like, but I mean like in the carriage. And he's like, come on, baby. And she's like, all right. Like, it was gonna happen anyway. She's in love with him. So he's not like manipulating her into doing shit she really doesn't want to do. It's just like, but I just don't like that. And it makes me feel icky because like, I feel like Tokusada should be better than that. But then there's this. What kind of fucking reaction is this? Like, I understand being like upset about like freaked out, like your hair changed color, but then she's like, yeah, it's like your soulmate. And he's like, wait, what? Huh? And then he's freaking out. It's not like, I would expect this reaction if, he was like, oh my God, we kissed. And then he was like, oh God, I don't know how I feel and I don't know what I want. Like, they're like, what's his name? Tsuneho wants me to marry you, but like, I know that we're friends and you seem cool, but I don't know if this is what I want. And then you kiss and then like your hair turns green and then you're like, oh, it's because you're my soulmate. And then he freaks the fuck out. Totally get that. You're the one that literally has said you want to be my soulmate multiple times, I feel like. Now you're kissing. Oh my God, you want to be a man, blah, blah, blah. And then we're like, oh, well, just proof that you're my soulmate. And now you freak the fuck out. Like, hey, I just met you. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, I love you. We're not Ted Mosby over here telling you we love you on the first date. Okay? We're past that. You already confessed your love for us, and now you're freaking the fuck out after you've said 1,000,000 times you want to be my soulmate? The hell? I will almost understand if it's like, later on it comes out and he's like, well, I mean, I said that because I want to be your soulmate, but then but I didn't really actually believe that I was, and I really want this, but then all of a sudden when you were like, yeah, you are my soulmate and I love you, it freaked me out because I was like, I want this so bad, but I didn't think I'd achieve it, and then when I achieved it, it scared me. Because I could believe that, but it's like, I just don't feel like they're going that deep with it. Because I feel like that's a deep level that we don't get in games. You kind of get surface level kind of shit, and you don't really get to that deepness because you don't have enough time to delve that deep when, like, think about it. You're like, I want to achieve this. And some people are strong enough to deal with it, like, whatever it is. But there's some things, like, I want this. This is what I want more than anything in the world. And then all of a sudden you achieve it, and you're like, well, I said that, but I didn't think that was ever going to happen. There's a part of you that's just like, I don't know how to deal with this because I actually didn't believe I could accomplish this. And now I feel scared because it's one thing to be like, I dream of this. And it's another thing to have what you dreamed of. And like, you know, it's like a weird thing. There's also like, if this is your end goal, this is my goal in life, and then you all of a sudden hit that, then you're like, what the fuck do I try to achieve now? It could also be freaking him out because he's like, oh, we're going to fool around and I want to be your soulmate and like whatever. And then, but I still have to prove myself. And now he's freaking out because he's like, wait, we're soulmates and I don't have time to prove myself. Could be a lot of things, but I'm just not comfortable with how this is playing out right now. I'm sure they'll kind of wrap it up and be like, okay, I understand. It makes more sense. I'm happy. But right now I'm not happy. And I'm not like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overjudging Tokusada because he's not my favorite. And like, if Riku did this, I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Get back here. We're not going to tolerate this shit. And I'd be a little more understanding and patient about it. And now I'm like, no, you fucking didn't do this shit with me. like, you know what I mean? You tolerate different shit when it's a love interest you like versus one that you're like, I could take it or leave it. Most likely leave it. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to Tokusada, but I would absolutely leave you in the dust. Because not interested at all here. So that could be why I'm overjudging and like getting really like, what the fuck about it. Where if it was any one of her other like literally Akaza could do the exact same shit and I'd be like, you know what? I know you're going to get your head out of your ass eventually, but like, whatever. And I'd totally tolerate it and I wouldn't be so like, seriously, game? Like, I don't like this. Like, you're making him unlikable. I should be more understanding. I don't know. I can't help it. I can't help the way this whole part has made me feel about Tokusada. Like, yeah, you know, you got pretty CGs and shit, and you got some good lines, but like, negative 10 points to Tokusada door, okay? Just like, negative. You're gonna lose the house cut, bitch. like, I don't know. Anyway, but in an instant, he jumped into the waiting carriage as if to escape me. And it could just be because he's just in a weird place all over, and then he kissed us, and then he ran away, and then he's here, and then he's like, maybe everything's okay, and then he's still freaking out about stuff, and he just can't handle anything. Absolutely could be that, but I don't know. It's just not making me... It's not helping me be endeared to Tokusada and like him at all. Like, I'm sure it'll fix it. Don't get me. I'm sure it'll fix itself. It'll, like, come full circle and be like, okay, he wasn't bad in the end, and it's all right. He's not going to be one of those love interests I want to set on fire, but I think I feel very disappointed. Like, I expected you to be kind of sweet and adorable and have a good route and be like, oh, it's kind of sweet and adorable. And I'm not into him, but still a good read. And now I'm going to be like, yeah, no, wasting my time. I don't know. I just feel like that's where we're going. That's where I feel right now. Anyway, not really wasting my time. I love this game, but like, I'm going to get to the end and be like, yeah, you know? The carriage set off on its way. Through the window, I caught a glimpse of Kanan, who seemed to be smiling. Tokusada. I took out the beautiful cross from under my blouse, the one he gave me only a short while ago. I also wonder if Kanan says shit to him, maybe, with Kanan smiling like that, and then, you know, put some idea into Tokusada's head, and then so in the back of his mind he's thinking these things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I mean, maybe you're not good enough for her, and, like, whatever. Are you sure you're good enough to be your soulmate? Like, whatever. And then, like, you're my soulmate, and then he's freaking out about it. Like, I'm sure it'll work out to be something like that. But again, like I said, it just... You're making me disappointed in Tokusada right now. And, like, I know they usually redeem themselves, but when you're not interested in a love interest, and then they seriously disappoint you, when you really didn't have high expectations to begin with? I mean, I guess good job, game, because I didn't see that coming, but also, why? I don't know. You know. Well, my feelings are true. If I could, I'd hold our wedding ceremony right here and now. And yet, when I say you're my soulmate, you lose your fucking mind. This is what I'm saying. What the hell? What kind of bipolar bullshit is this? This Crucius represents that vow. You talk a good game, but you're worse than me. You're like, I can talk a good game. I can talk the talk, but bitch, I can't walk to save my life. Like, Oh, like, I talk a big game. Like, oh, hell yeah, look at me, I'm a man here, I'm collecting my boys. Yeah, baby, let's get it on. And then the second you want me to read a sex scene, it's like, I can't do it, it's awkward. So, listen, Tokasada. Don't disappoint me as much as I disappoint myself. I knew he wasn't trying to deceive me. After yesterday's rain-soaked kiss and today's as well, I could feel his desire to be with me, but what are you hiding from me? It's gotta be some kind of insecurity, fear, like, not be informant. Oh, what? You know what I mean? Like, and then you're like, informant. Wait a minute. Were you just lying to me to get information out of me for Kanon, and now you're actually falling for me, and I'm gonna find out that, like, I fell in love with you and you were a shady bastard? And we thought you were a nice, sweet boy, but you were really an asshole the whole time? Cause, like, then bravo, game. Cause I definitely wouldn't have seen that coming, but I'm also gonna not like that. You know what I mean? Like, Riku, we were like, God, he's such a stuffy asshole and he's so full of himself and what a snobby bitch. Right? And then you find out, well, he's actually a squishy, soft little marshmallow boy inside, and you're like, no, actually, you have a lot of issues. That's so cute. You know what I mean? What's on the surface was not what's underneath. And now you're wondering, like, well, Tokusada on the surface seems like a nice guy who's a little insecure and doesn't quite know his place in the world. And now you're like, but is he now with the informant thing, like, were you working for Kanan and you were a conniving douchebag and you were lying to me the whole time? But then all of a sudden you're going to be like, I was lying to you and I was just trying to suss out information, but I actually fell in love with you in the process. And we're going to be like, okay, no big deal, because I will stab you. Like, no. I want to know, like, when you're dating the Yang, you're like, he's evil as shit and he's probably going to stab me, but I'm here for it. I know I'm getting involved with the awful. I know he's trash. I'm here for it. Put me in my raccoon costume. I'm jumping in that trash can, okay? I don't have a raccoon costume. I should have one. But, like, with Tokusada, you're like, you're sweet and nice and you're actually trash? I can't. No. Anyway. Looking at Tenyo Island and sighing isn't going to change anything.
Hime, I'm not sure what happened, but please cheer up.
I'm sorry if I'm worrying you, Daifuku. I just can't bring myself to smile today. I've never felt this anxious before. I feel like something terrible is going to happen. I'm so anxious now that I can hardly breathe.
Are things that bad?
Fortunately, there haven't been any bad omens from the sun, but I still feel uneasy inside. I'm thinking of consulting Tsukiyomi. You can talk to Juliet there, so why don't you come? Also, it's funny because, like, when we were like, I like Riku, and Daifuku was like, I love Riku, and he had stars in his eyes. And then when he was like, when we were talking about Tokusada, he had this perplexed look, like, Tokusada, like, for reals? I'm just saying. I'm afraid I sense nothing. He responded so nonchalantly as he gazed at Shinamizu Spring. So am I just overthinking things? It is possible that woe may befall those closest to you instead. It could be me, Domo, or that other one, Tokusada. The image of yesterday when he left came to mind. Maybe I should have forced him to stop. Tokusada's terribly confused, Tsukiyomi. Isn't there anything that I can do for him? That is something I cannot answer. I'm sorry. I thought maybe you might know something since you're an outsider too. But I am not him. Is it true that outsiders have to perform some kind of miracle to stay on this island? It has not been specifically mandated. But something's really wrong with Tokusada. Perhaps the blade on his back is heavy. This again? Well, would it have been better if his katana didn't find its way here? I knew it was horrible of me to say so, but the anxiety building up inside me was so great that I couldn't hold myself back. My dear child, should he be in danger of being swallowed by the waves, you must be the one to call him back. And that's all I can tell you for now. I feel like Tsukiyomi's voice changes every single time we do one, but I can't have an idea of a voice in my head, but there's no way I can do it. So here I am again. I had no letters to deliver today. Coming here was the only thing I could think to do now. Can we punch Kanan in the face? Good day. Yes, and good day to you. Is this about Sasara again? Nothing is different about Kanan today. He seemed to have been dusting the shelves. Next to him was that firearm called a gun. Grab it and shoot him! That might be a slight extreme reaction. Slightly! But not by much. No, I don't have any letters for you today. I don't trust him. He's gonna be fucking... Something bad's gonna happen with him in one of these routes. Come on. He's just been around from the very beginning and, like... I just wanted to talk to you about something. I feel like it's leaning toward this route where he's gonna show his true colors of being... whatever color of douche is. How delightful. If you told me earlier, I could have prepared some sweets for you. There's no need for that. So, what is this you wish to speak about? Okay, everybody else's hands are drawn gloriously, and his are, like, super tiny. They're still nice, but they're, like, teeny tiny. He's got baby hands. I expected us to have tiny, itty-bitty little hands, but like, his are so not proportionate. Just saying. First, let's talk about Kaina. You want me to write a letter to him? Or is it about my helping him get out of Yomi? I don't mean to pester you about it, but it'd be great if you could tell me how things are going for both. Well, it's a difficult matter, even for the leader of the Orange. Naturally. Did Kaina say anything about me? No, not at all. Then do you think the two of us look alike? Why are you asking me that? That's an interesting question, but, Oh! We're supposed to create a save file here! Oh, why are you asking me that is the right answer? Okay. I'm gonna have to remember where the save file is, because unfortunately it's gonna be a 22 and not 21. I'm gonna have to write this down. Give me my notepad. Not that one. That's my normal. Okay. Is that number 22, right? Okay, hold on. Yep. So I'll probably be able to tell, because I'm pretty sure it says choice or selection, because that's how I could tell with Riku's, but we just didn't have as many saves, so. But yes, why are you asking... Ooh, whoops. Why are you asking me that? Interesting. Why are you asking me that? I was just curious how he looked from your viewpoint. I'm an only child, so in a sense, I envy you. Such a cute answer. Truthfully, I don't think we're much alike. Well, that's nature versus nurture, as they say. Nature versus nurture, a phrase used to discuss whether human behavior is more strongly affected by environment or by genetic predisposition. You mean, which of the two has a stronger influence on a person's personality? That's right. My brother was born into the Orange, but became a member of the Yellow. I don't recall him talking about this before, but... By any chance, are you against the color class system too? If I said yes, would that change anything? I don't think you are, though. Because wouldn't you want to... You're the leader of the Orange. And Doma and Jigen are the only ones who voted to abolish the Hazushi executions. So if you're against the color class system, wouldn't you think that you'd be against... He'd be like, yeah, no, I agree. But it wasn't like, oh, Jigen, Doma, and some of the secondary tier people, but a majority. It was everyone in the secondary tier and Shura. So he was for it. Unless they try to say, like, well, he just took over, and before that, the only votes that they had was, you know, his father or whatever. Or, yeah. Then that, I guess, I would understand that. Then it's like, okay, but I feel like he's included in that, and I don't think he is against it. Like, I don't necessarily know if I believe that. It takes wisdom to plan for change and strength of mind to carry it out. Qualities found in people like you and Akaza. Did he purposely leave out Tokisada's name? There are others out there. Aren't you and Nagusa trying to bring a better future to this island? I do think things have become rather boring. See, that's not... I want to get rid of the executions because they'll make the island better. It's like, things are boring. We should shake shit up. That is not... That is suspicious. For example, nothing seems to come to mind at the moment. He's lying. I see. I'm sorry. It was rude of me to ask that so suddenly. You and Akaza wish to change this island. After all, you both were having quite the discussion when you came to deliver my brother's letter. Oh, he was spying. Creepy. We must destroy the system to rebuild it. I want to bring about change too. I want to help. This is so creepy. I don't like this at all. He heard that? I was so deeply moved by such passionate ambitions. Oh my god, I don't trust him even more now. Oh, I don't trust you as far as I could punch you in the face. I'm gonna try, see how far that is. He really can't be trusted. Oh my god, no. Before you were like, you're just shady, and I don't know, now you're like, oh, no, danger! Danger, Will Robinson! All the alarm bells are going off. Oh my god, we gotta get out of here! Torpedoes are coming, Captain! We're gonna go down with the ship! I mean, this is just... Every fucking danger signal is a pirate ship or red flags flying at you at warp speed. I can't take it. His words were smooth, yet lacked any emotion. I couldn't tell his real intentions at all. Yeah, I think he's okay with the color class system. I think he just wants to set shit on fire. I want to change things with Tokisada. I decided to look for things that I can do, even if they're nothing great. As expected from you. Okay, see, this is why I was like, grab that gun, girl. Because, like, he was like, count on standing by the gun. You just had to know that wasn't going to go well. And that's why we created a save file. I have a feeling he's going to shoot us in the bad ending. Oh, God. We can only hope that's all he's going to do in the bad ending. Kanan picked up the gun nearby, looking straight at me as he fiddled with it. I won't shoot you, but let me give you a fair warning. You're under the protection of Akaza and the Kotowari, and the military and Lord Doma will punish anyone who dares bring harm to you. It's truly amazing that you're foolhardy enough to get into other people's business for the sake of this island. My brother is a Hazushi. He committed the most heinous of crimes on this island. People will doubt you if you side with him. Some may whisper that Olympia is actually befriending criminals in Yomi. I am. They're nice people, unlike you. Okay, wait, right now. I have met at least 2 criminals in Yomi, and then just the people who you deem trash because... No, 3! We've met 3! Matsuba, Sasara, Kaina, at least 3, right? Probably others, but those 3, and they seem to be, like, nice, good people. And then there's you! Trash. I don't know, I'm just saying it's a 3-to-1 odds that there's at least 3 good people in Yomi for every trash one of you, and there's an awful lot of trash you up here. So I'm just saying, yeah, I'd rather befriend the criminals. Go ahead and shoot me, bitch. Because, like, it doesn't matter if he does, so I might die, but, like, Doma will kick your fucking ass. I knew Doma was good for something. Anyway. I'd hate to write such an article about you two. And I hate that way of thinking. Bang! Hebe! I instinctively crouched down to the floor. You'd better be careful, or else someone might really shoot you. Come on. Does he despise me? He's mad you didn't pick him. His eyes were sullen and icy cold. This is really bizarre.
Hime, are you alright?
Daifuku came scuttling out of my bag. Go bite him and give him fucking rabies or some shit. I'm sorry to surprise you, Daifuku. We were just fooling around.
This man, did he do something to Hime? Fucking cut him!
Jab him with a toothpick. Do you recall what Nagusa said before? That we want the future to be as beautiful as possible? Yes? So who'll make this island beautiful? Is that you? How about Akaza? I mean, have you seen Akaza? I think he already makes the island beautiful just by existing. Shut the fuck up. Or could it be the person you love, Tokasada? Yeah, maybe Tokasada. I don't know. I feel like saying yes, maybe Tokasada is the right answer, but okay, yeah, okay. It's like, I feel like that's the right answer here. Like, otherwise, I don't know. You have a choice of, yeah, Tokasada, or I don't know. Just guessing. Yes, maybe Tokasada. I'm looking forward to it. And now then, I'd love to continue our chat, but I do have a matter to attend to shortly. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll take my leave then. I like how we're being so polite to him after he just tried to shoot us in the face. Please do come again. Yeah, I'm gonna not. Cesara's gonna write a letter to him and be like, yeah, I'm never going there again. Your brother pretended to shoot me and then threatened me. He's a psycho. Ugh. I thought he was gonna shoot me. I leaned against a tree near Abisuro and breathed out a huge sigh. I wasn't able to ask him much about what they did yesterday with Tokasada. Maybe I should ask Tokasada directly. I would also tell Tokasada what happened, and I'll be like, ask Daifuku, he was there. Not that you'll understand what he's saying. And then frickin' Daifuku mimes shooting himself, like falling on the ground, and you're like, see, he clearly knows. Like, but Tokasada's gonna. What? Come on, you're probably overreacting. I'm sure Kanan didn't try to hurt you, and we're no longer dating. Like, here I am again. Oh, welcome! Have you finished your deliveries for the day? I didn't have any today, so I just came by for a cup of tea. Look, I also brought Daifuku with me.
Oh my, it looks like you have gained even more weight, dear brother. You're just imagining things. Never mind that. It seems like something is troubling Hime. I see. Perhaps it's regarding Lord Tokasada. Paris seemed to be worried about it as well. He mentioned that Lord Tokasada was having some troubles with Lord Tsuneho of the Green. What?
I feel like their voices are too similar.
Lord Tokasada's been behaving normally in public, but he's been keeping to himself when at the manor.
Huh? Really? Camellia? What is it? Oh, I brought you your tea. If you can please take a seat here. Camellia gently pushed my back. She understands the mice. Did we know she understood the mice? Because I feel like this is new. My cross tumbled out from under my blouse. Wow, how cute! It must be from Lord Tokasada. Could it be an engagement gift? I knew it! Congratulations! Lord Tokasada is really earnest and kind. Are you sure about that? Because I'm starting to feel sus about him a little bit. So I'm sure he'll make you very happy. I picked up the cross from the floor. I guess it wasn't tied well enough. You should tie it really good so you don't lose it. I'll do that. So finally! I sure hope that book I lent you helped. Well now, what's with all the commotion? It looks like she finally chose her groom. It's Lord Tokasada! Huh, Oh, congratulations. Camellia, can I get some laksa and beef satay? Beef satay, a dish featuring grilled skewered beef served with a spicy peanut sauce. Sounds delicious. Coming right up. So what do you think you'll get them as a wedding gift? Camellia, that's still... looks like your future husband is here. Hey, Tokasada. I heard you've been chosen. Good for you. Here's to your happiness. Huh? What? Why don't you take a bath together? It'll be my treat so you can get it on in there. Oh, Kuroba, I love you so much. Wow, you bastard. Why don't you two take a bath together? It'll be my treat so you two can get it on in there. I feel like that's something Yosuke would say as well, but... Kuroba, there you go again. Of course I wouldn't do that. Everyone in the hall turned toward us, hearing Tokasada's distressed voice. I feel like he's trying he's trying to be like, of course I wouldn't touch her before marriage, but you want to. Yeah, but I'm trying really hard to not. I can't. Tokasada rubbed his collar again repeatedly, as if he was irritated. Is it because your head fell off once? Do you have Haku? But, like, you're not of this island, so it wouldn't really matter. But also, like, look at Kuroba's face. I have never seen his eyes like that. He's like, the fuck? Yeah. Way to spoil my day. I'm leaving. Tokisada! Unbelievable. I've been chasing after him since yesterday. I know he's acting like a fucking brat, isn't he? As I was about to give chase, I felt someone gently pull on my hand. Kuroba, you do realize what you did. Yeah, I admit it was my fault, but I didn't think he'd react that badly. Yosuke's shoulders dropped with a sigh. Then he beckoned us to a table behind a partition. I trust you, so I'll let you in on a secret. Okay. Okay, we already knew that. There's a scar on his body. It's rather noticeable. I'm gonna guess it's the scar on his neck from being beheaded. You know what I mean? But the thing is we're at time. So I was like, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. And we're after the cock block. I'm sorry. But you kind of already know what the secret is right now from reading ahead. That's my guess, is that it's because his head got chopped off. So you'd think that would be the scar, but who knows? Anyway, yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.